The divine functions with the intention of creation. Before we move forward, I must clarify that this video provides a higher spiritual outlook, which may seem abstract and contrary to what you've been taught. Yet, I urge you to remain patient and receptive, as it can lead to experiencing deep inner bliss. Divine thought surpasses the idea of chance. It envisions and brings forth with absolute certainty. It manifests both what we identify as positive and what we call negative. Now you may wonder, why is this realization important? Because in this life, it's vital to adopt a mindset like the divines. Rather than labeling things as good or bad, focus on the experiences you wish to invite. Through the divine's eyes, whatever draws its attention continues to materialize in this reality. You are an inseparable part of it, an individual expression of the limitless divine. So when you classify something as negative or bad, you unintentionally prompt your divinity to reproduce more of it. This is because divine thought revolves only around creation and experience, free of idle musings or fantasies. Therefore, your dominant thoughts are taken literally by the divine, leading to their manifestation in your life for you to experience. What action can you take? Simplify your perspective. Instead of labeling situations as good or bad, recognize them as either desirable or undesirable. When something undesirable appears, avoid condemning it. Shift your mental focus toward imagining the desirable instead. This aligns your inner state with your chosen outcome, eventually turning it into your reality. The subtle difference between divine thinking and human thinking carries immense weight. Human thought is often unfocused, dwelling on fears or trivial matters. But the divinity within you accepts these thoughts literally. If you fixate on something for long enough, the divine takes it as your prevailing state of being and manifests it. This is why recurring issues, like conflicts with parents, feelings of being used, or money struggles, keep resurfacing. The way you think about them reveals your hidden beliefs. I encourage you to think exactly like the divine. Remove time's limitations and release its constraints. Divine thought is immediate and decisive. It manifests the moment it is conceived. The essence is to embrace fulfillment in the present. Everything exists now. Your soul is a multidimensional being, experiencing infinite versions of you in this very instant. Time applies only to your human identity, not to your divine essence, which is eternal and ever-present. Neville Goddard spoke of the fourth dimensional self, often called the inner man. This part of you exists in imagination and can be anywhere at any moment. Dr. Joe Dispenza presents this idea scientifically, explaining how countless versions of you exist in the quantum field. Albert Einstein too revealed that time is relative. Its flow changes as objects approach light speed. Together, these truths show time has no power over your divinity. Your divine self transcends space and time, omnipresent, experiencing every version of you simultaneously. By letting go of time, you can realize fulfillment in the present. You already possess everything you long for. Your divine self already holds it. Adopting these thinking patterns fills you with bliss and aligns the outer world with your inner vision. Reality often appears unchanged because we recycle familiar patterns from past experiences. Human thinking is bound to past data, restricting transformation. But by shifting to divine thought, the concept of time disappears and the past loses power. The divine lives only in the now. Dwelling on the past recreates it. Recognizing the power of feeling and thought reveals a sacred truth. Feelingly thinking of something equals creating it. Without time's limits, you can accept that your divine self already lives your desires on another plane. By tuning into that state, you draw it into the 3D world. As Neville Goddard taught, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled and notice where your attention flows. Your desires are proof from the divine that you can attain them. Often, it's your resistance that blocks their arrival. Ultimately, your choices shape your experiences, and your divine self responds to them directly. When you obsess over what you dislike, labeling it as bad, you strengthen its presence. Instead, nurture a mindset like the divines. Focus more on what you do want to live. Thinking in terms of good and bad usually traps us in negativity, because the ego thrives on problems. But the divine mind is purely creative. It manifests without judgment. If the divine itself judged good and bad as religion suggests, the world would be a perfect paradise without suffering. Instead, the divine gave us the authority of creation in our own lives, and it is our human nature that births chaos and pain. This is why I invite you to think like the divine. Doing so will bring clarity and serenity, revealing that we become what we consistently think about. Divine thought aligns you with source energy, filling you with bliss instead of lack. By elevating our awareness, we help uplift the entire world. Thinking from the divine means embracing your I am presence. You'll feel assured that everything is as it should be, even suffering, because none of this is truly solid. It exists only as a dream in the infinite mind of the divine.